Hey guys, it's Sarah and today I'm going to be doing a book haul for you guys. Okay, so here's the deal. I have bought a lot of books since my last book haul. I'm not 100% sure if these are all of the books, and I'm not sure if I've shown you some of these before because I can't remember what books that I have shown you and what was in my last book haul. And I'm just going to show you the books that I believe I haven't shown you, and we'll just go from there and it'll be a clean slate. So these are the books that I have accumulated this summer. Not too many. I'm actually a little bit impressed with myself. I didn't buy, you know, a crazy amount, especially because I started a new job, so I didn't go crazy, which is great. So yeah, I mean, I went a little bit crazy, but again, it's been like 3 or 4 months since I've, you know, made a book haul. So yeah, that is really all that I have. Let's jump into this. The first one that I have here is Armada by Ernest Cline. Okay, so here's the deal with this one. I am currently like more than halfway through this book, and I think I might DNF this book. I don't think it's gonna happen for me. But anyway, I got this one. I actually got it sent from the publisher. So thank you so much. I think it was Bloomsbury. Was it Bloomsbury? Crown Publishing. Thank you so much for sending it to me. Yeah, it's a beautiful book and I love it, and I wish that I loved the story. I mean, it wasn't horrible. This is the book itself. It wasn't super horrible, but I just don't think I'll finish it. I really don't. At least not right now. So yeah, but that's the first book. Then I also got Nowhere But Here by Katie Mcgarry. This is a YA contemporary book that was amazing, and I loved it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It's about a girl whose father is in a motorcycle club, his long lost father, and she goes to visit him or meet him for the first time or something. Not meet him for the first time, but she goes to visit him, and then there's some things that happen that jeopardize her safety, and so she ends up staying with him and kind of explores this motorcycle world, motorcycle club world, and it was just very interesting. I loved it. Like I said, gave it 5 out of 5 stars. A lot of these I have already read, so round of applause for me. Thank you, thank you. The next one that I have is a bind up of the Eli Mom Press series, the first 3 books by Rachel Aaron. Rachel Aaron is also aka Rachel Bach. She wrote this fantasy series, and like I said, she is the first 3 books. I've read the first one and I liked it okay. I'm really excited to read more though. I feel like it could be great. The next one that I got was You're Never Weird on the Internet Almost by Felicia Day. This is her memoir and it was great. 5 out of 5 stars. I listened to the audiobook as well, but I got the physical book because there are pictures throughout the text. And it was just amazing. I loved it. Felicia Day is awesome. I'm a huge fan of Felicia Day, Geek at Sundry, Will Wheaton. You probably know this by now, so loved this book. Loved it. Then I got out of the fantasy mood, and I'm not showing any of these in order that I bought them. This is just kind of what's on top because I was in fantasy mood before I got these, but anyway, because I have more books to show you that I got while I was in fantasy mood. But anyway, I got into a more urban fantasy mood and started picking up some of the more famous urban fantasy series that my friends were reading, and also ones that are being featured here on BookTube a lot more. The first one is I got the first 2 books in the Michaela Lane series. You know, Blood Fever, Dark Fever. This is the first one, Dark Fever, Blood Fever. I have read Dark Fever. I liked it. I gave it a 4 stars. I think it was 4 stars. I'm not a huge fan of fae books, and I didn't realize that's what it was going into it, but I do like the premise behind it, and I like the setting, and I like Michaela. So I'm excited to read book 2 and get on with this series. And I'm also I'm in the middle of Patricia Briggs's Alpha and Omega series, with Crywolf being the first book. So I recently found out that, you know, with the Patricia Briggs series, you need to read Mercy Thompson and Alpha and Omega series together because there's just a lot that goes on in both series, and so there's a lot of intertwining storylines, and so I don't want to spoil myself for either or. So I went ahead and picked up the first 2 books. I already owned the first book in the series and I read that and I loved it, so I was like, okay, might as well just get the next 2. I have read Bloodbound as well. I gave it a 4.5 stars, and I am moving on to Iron Kissed very soon, hopefully this month. Girl, what are you doing? What's the matter? Huh? What matter, girl? What matter? I have a German Shepherd in my face. Thanks. Lucy, don't attack. Lucy, don't lick off my makeup, girl. I'll be mad. Okay, I can see how this is going to turn out. I got a Lucy butt. This is a Lucy butt. So I ended up getting the, next 2 of the Mercy Thompson books, as well as Fair Game, which is the next Alpha and Omega book, the 3rd book. So I got all 3 of these, and I'm really excited to read this one, and then read like 3 more of the Mercy Thompson books, and then finally get on to Fair Game. So the next 2 books that I got are also part of an urban fantasy series that I have been reading, and I just finished I have read the third book in the series, so I ended up getting the fourth and fifth book of the Parasol Protectorate series. I read this one and I gave it 4, I think, or 4.5 stars, and I'm going to be moving on to this one this month as well in a read-along that I'm doing, so end of this month, beginning of next month. So yeah, but I'm really excited to finish out the series with only one book left. Then the next one that I got is also kind of a new release, and that is Every Last Breath by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the third book in her Dark Elements series, and I really enjoyed this series when I was reading it. I read the second book almost a year ago, like back in September, October time. I can't believe it's been that long, but I believe it has. So I read this one way back then, the second one, and it ends on a cliffhanger, and this one picks up right where that one left off. So I'm really excited to get to this one, but it was just gonna take some time. Next one I have, I don't know if I showed you or not, and that is The Warded Man by Peter V. Brett. This is the first book in his, it's like a demon fantasy series. I've tried picking this up a couple of times. The writing is easy to follow. Lucy. And I know Caitlin over at Kitty G really enjoys this series. She's read all of the books, and I was curious and I wanted to get into it. We're getting back into the older books. When I was more into the fantasy mood, I picked these up. So I definitely want to read this, but it's going to probably be a little bit. I don't remember if I showed you these or not, but I have Leviathan Wakes by James S. Corey. This is a sci-fi book, sci-fi mystery novel. I've tried reading this one a couple of times, and it's just, I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know if it's me or if it's the book, but I really wanted another like science fiction opera kind of. I've wanted one for a long time. Ever since I read Fortune's Pun, I've wanted a space opera. So I was hoping that this would fulfill that. And so far, the 50 pages that I've gone into it a couple of times, I've gone 50 pages in, it just isn't what I wanted. So yeah, but I'm definitely going to try to power through and read it. I've heard great things, and I think that the series as a whole is going to be great. I just think that it takes a minute to get into this one. The next one that I have is Malice by John Gwyn. Again, my friends were reading this one and they really enjoyed it, and it's a fantasy, epic fantasy book following 4 characters or 5 characters, so I definitely want to read it and see what's going on in this one, and there's not much to explain there. It's going to be a while before I read it though, I'm sure. Also got another Karen Marie Moaning series. This is called Beyond the Highland Mist. This is an adult romance series that follows, set in Scotland, and we all know how I like my Scotland fiction, so I got it. Just really all you need to say is that it's set in Scotland, and then Sarah's like, okay. It's a historical fiction as well. And then speaking of historical fiction, I got Legacy of Kings by Eleanor Herman. This is a series that follows Alexander the Great, and it's kind of like him growing up. Excuse me, I have the burps. It's like him growing up and all the different things that go through his teenage years. So I'm excited to read this. I've heard that it's very historical driven, which is amazing as well. And it's upside down. It's upside down in here. It's upside down. Look. It's upside down. I just had a little bit of a moment. I put on the dust jacket. I was trying to read it last night, and I might pick this one up next, but I haven't decided yet. Okay, and the last book that I have to show you, not the last thing, the last book is the Black Jewels trilogy, which is Daughter of the Blood, Heir to the Shadows, Queen of the Darkness by Anne Bishop. Anne Bishop wrote one of my all-time favorite urban fantasy series called The Other Series, which is written in red, Vision in Silver, and Murder of Crows, then Vision of Silver, Sarah. And so I've been wanting to pick up her Black Jewels series or trilogy. I just haven't had a chance to, and I saw this at Barnes & Noble. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous book. So gorgeous. There's like this dragon up here, and the colors are really nice, and I just really like it. So I'm really excited to pick it up and read it. I did get the audiobook of the first book, and this book is way different than what I was expecting. So it's not urban fantasy at all. It's very high fantasy. So I am going to be reading it. Just again, I'm not really in the mood for fantasy right now. So okay, moving on to the graphic novels. The first graphic novel pair I got was the first 3 volumes of Chew. I've read the first 2 and I love them. 4 stars, 4.5 stars I think, and I'll be getting onto the third one very shortly. Then we have Lumberjanes by Noelle Stevenson. I believe that's who wrote this, maybe, I don't know, which is a great graphic novel series. Oh my god, this book smells so good. Like, guys, I don't even know, it smells so delicious. This is like the best smelling book ever. I've been smelling it ever since I bought it. Anyway, I just finished this. I gave it 5 stars. It was great. Then I also have the single issues of Saga. I have volume 5 here in the single issues, and it was great. Volume 5 is amazing. I know it just came out in the trade, so that's really exciting, and hopefully you guys enjoy it because you're in for a treat. And I will probably be doing single issues from here on. We'll see. And then the last graphic novel I got is actually a comic, and that is Guardians of the Galaxy, and this is a, I think this is a volume. This is like the story. Let me see. The complete collection is what it's called. But this is Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, see, I'm in the middle of it right now. I think I'm on the second chapter. See, I don't really know much about comic books. I've been trying to get more into them. It's different. It's a different one than the movie. That's all I really know about it. I'm really excited about it. The art style in this is great. I think that this is my favorite art style of any comic book that I've read, which is what pushed me to pick up this one versus anything else. I'm sure that if you want to know anything about comic books or anything, where to start on anything, I'm not the first person to tell you. The best place to go would be to go to Gandalf, or aka Michael from Radioactive Book, because he has all the knowledge about comic books. So yeah, and that's where I go for my comic book knowledge, even though I haven't talked to him about Guardians of the Galaxy, but I did talk about Captain America with him, so he's amazing, his channel's amazing, and he knows everything, so yeah. I think those are all the books that I have to show you guys. I'm pretty sure those are all the ones that I've bought since I've last spoken to you. If not, then they're somewhere around in my room and I just don't notice it. I do have Uprooted too, by Naomi Novik, but I don't know where that's at, and I've started that one as well. I started a lot of books in my book slump. I've got like 50 pages into so many different books, but I don't know where that one's at. I know where the dust check is at, but I don't know where I put the actual physical book, so I'll find it one of these days. That is really all that I have. I need to like, I'm probably way up high now, but my hips are killing me and I can't sit cross-legged anymore, so I need to stretch. Ugh. I know you're wondering, Sarah, why are you wearing a Broncos t-shirt? This is me passively aggressively blaming the Colts for being stupid because they have lost their first 2 games, and I am not okay with that. They do not to be losing games. Okay, sorry, Sarah's inner football. Oh, her inner football just got out. Okay. Those are all of the books that I have purchased, and that's really all that I have for this video. I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm really excited to get back into making videos. I don't know, I miss you guys. I just miss you so much, and thank you so much for the well wishes. I know on Twitter, I've kind of been in and out of Twitter, and I've seen a lot of things that people have been tweeting, and then I've gotten some messages on YouTube that were really sweet, and that inspired me to come back and make these videos today. Specifically, there have been some messages that were just really awesome, and then some comments as well. So thank you guys so much, and I appreciate it. I hope that I haven't been haven't been gone for too long and you guys haven't forgotten about me, but I'm still here, I'm alive. I've just been MIA for a minute. Now my ankle is hurting. So anyway, I'm gonna sit like this. That's really all that I have, guys. I'm gonna stop being weird. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know down below if you guys have read any of these books, and if you've enjoyed them, or if you want to read them, let me know down below. And I hope that you're doing well. Thanks so much for watching, and have a good day. Read more books. Have a good day. Bye. Read more books. Bye. I used to do that. Now I say read more books. I think read more books fits a lot better than bye. Okay. Also, bye is from Hangover and read more books is from a Wheaton, so I'm just a ripoff. So bye. Read more books.